Collaboration is the key. The holistic approach is very, very important, but most of all, the information exchange platform is very valuable to all members of the European Union, and Scotland certainly looks forward to contributing to that in the future. We have introduced new building regulations from the 1st of October 2019. And part of that, we have maintained our performance-based system. And what I mean by that is the high-level regulation to inhibit fire growth has not changed. What we have introduced is a lowering of the height of where you require, in effect, non-combustible cladding. Alternatively, you could use a full-scale facade test to BS British Standard 8414. It's a large-scale test, in effect. This has been in place in Scotland really since 2005, but we have lowered the height to 11 metres to align primarily with ground-mounted water jet from the Fire and Rescue Service appliance. One of the key things that we've introduced in Scotland in the guidance that supports building regulations was the introduction of 2 escape stairs. Historically, we've always had 1 escape stair in the UK with very much a stay-put strategy, but obviously on the back of Grenfell, that will be further investigated, if you like, as part of the phase 2 of that Grenfell inquiry. We've also introduced, or will be introducing in the future, a mandatory requirement for all dwellings in Scotland, that's existing dwellings and new build, to have smoke alarms and heat alarms in the dwellings, as well as carbon monoxide detectors. We introduced, since the 1st of May 2005, a requirement for high-rise to have sprinklers as a mandatory requirement. We're now lowering that to all flat. And just on final closing, we have introduced a futures board in the building standards, looking at 7 work streams, dealing primarily with enforcement and compliance, so we can tighten up the whole enforcement and compliance agenda from, if you like, cradle, inception, design, the building warrant, the construction, and then the building in use, the fire safety regime for the building in use. And that will be going forward in the longer term.